Your account is a seed, not a miracle. Welcome to Think Big 777. Many people start trading with just $100 in their account but set a goal of making $10 to $20 a day. That might not sound like much, until you realize that's a 10 to 20% return daily. At that rate, you double your account in a week and grow it 30x in a month. Doesn't that sound a little off? I've seen traders start with $500 and aim for $50 profit a day. That's a 10% return daily, or 200% monthly. Is it doable? Maybe, for a while. Sometimes the market favors beginners with a few lucky trades, only to take everything back later, along with their illusions. I've met people with $1,000 accounts who expect to make $1,000 a month. They don't always say it outright, but their trading habits speak volumes: oversized positions, holding on to losing trades, ignoring warning signs. Does that sound familiar to you? I remember talking to a friend who said he wanted to trade for a living. I asked him how much capital he had. About $1,000, he said. I asked how much he needed to live each month. Roughly $1,000 if I budget carefully. I paused, then asked, "So, you think you can double your account every single month?" He looked a little unsure but said, "Maybe, if I work hard and stay focused." I didn't argue. I used to think the same way. A lot of people enter trading believing that hard work will pay off, that the market rewards effort and determination. But the market doesn't work like school or a 9-to-5 job. No one pays you extra because you stayed up late or analyzed more charts. You only get paid for managing risk, staying disciplined, and following your strategy. And most importantly, trading never pays evenly. Some months you'll have steady gains. Other months, you won't find a single clean setup. And then there are months where the market whipsaws so hard you're stuck between holding and cutting your losses. Still, many traders expect consistent profits: $300, $500, even $1,000 per month, regardless of whether they're trading a $500 or $1,000 account. That's like having a small garden with 10 plants and expecting to harvest a full basket of vegetables every single day. You over-fertilize, overwater, and force growth. In the end, the soil gets depleted, the plants die, and you lose the whole garden. Trading accounts are no different. If you expect too much from a small account, you're forced to take bigger risks. You enter early, exit late, and refuse to cut losses. One reversal is all it takes to wipe everything out. Looking back at those who failed in trading, I've realized they didn't lose because they lacked strategy or technical skills. They lost because their expectations were bigger than their account could handle. They forced their capital to deliver something unrealistic, and paid the price with all of it. I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this so you pause and ask yourself, how much capital do I really have? What am I expecting from it? Are my expectations beyond what my account can realistically handle? And if so, am I willing to adjust? I remember a guy named Tom. He wasn't exactly a beginner. He had spent over a year learning about trading, took a few online courses, and practiced on a demo account for quite some time before finally funding a real one. On the day he started his live account, he said, "I'm fully prepared. It's time to get serious." I asked, "How much are you planning to deposit?" He replied, $800. I nodded. It's not a big amount, but it's not too small either. If taken seriously, it could lay the foundation for something long-term. But just a few days later, I heard him say, "My goal is to make $1,000 a month." That caught me off guard. I asked, "With $800 in capital, do you really expect to consistently make $1,000 every month?" He smiled and said, "I know it's a stretch, but if I stay focused, get a little lucky, and if the market cooperates." Sound familiar? Have you ever told yourself something similar? If I catch the right wave. If I just hold a bit longer. If I analyze a little better. Many of us begin our trading journey with a string of ifs. Tom actually started out pretty well. He scaled into positions, managed his capital carefully, and didn't rush. He used RSI and ATR to identify overbought/oversold zones and gauge volatility. He knew what he was doing. But by day 10, he had only made about $40. That's when the pressure kicked in. To reach $1,000 per month, he needed to average $33 a day. But after 10 days, he was far behind. So, what did he do? He increased his position size. Stopped splitting trades. Widened his stop loss. Eventually, he stopped placing stops altogether, saying, "I'll manage it manually. I believe it'll come back." Have you ever told yourself the same thing? That if you cut now, you lose, but if you hold, you might recover. Then the inevitable happened. A sharp drop in gold wiped out over $300 from Tom's account in one afternoon. He was shocked. How could the market go against my analysis, he asked. But the truth is, the market doesn't care about your indicators. It follows its own rules. Traders don't lose because they're wrong, they lose because they refuse to cut losses when they're wrong. After that hit, Tom was even more desperate. He started trading more frequently. Jumped into trades the moment RSI hit oversold, without any confirmation. He was still emotionally shaken, filled with regret. And his account kept bleeding. Have you ever done that? Lost a trade and rushed into the next one without thinking? You call it determination, but maybe, it's just fear of losing. By the end of the month, Tom's $800 account was down to about $150. I asked him, "So, what do you think about your $1,000 per month goal now?" He looked down and sighed, "Maybe. I expected too much from my capital. I thought I had control, but I didn't." Tom wasn't stupid. He wasn't uneducated. He just fell into the same trap many traders do, trying to harvest before the fruit is ripe. So let me ask you. How much capital are you trading with? What are your expectations from that account? Are your profit goals beyond what your capital can realistically handle? Are you trading to recover losses? Are you taking bigger risks just to hit some monthly target? Answer those questions honestly. Trading doesn't forbid dreaming big. But if the price of that dream is recklessness, broken discipline, and blowing up your account in a few weeks, would you still pay it? If you're still reading and this story resonates with you, hit like and share it. You never know, your share might keep someone else from losing their way. Thanks for listening. 2 stories, 1 powerful lesson: how much expectation is enough. Let me tell you 2 stories. The first one is about Matthew, a quiet friend of Tom's. Matthew wasn't the best trader I've met, but he was one of the few who actually survived. I first met him at a small gathering. He stood up and calmly shared his 3-year journey in trading. "I've never made over $1,000 in a month," he said. "But I've also never blown my account." Then he smiled, as if that was something to be proud of. Some people in the room raised their eyebrows. No big profits, no big losses. What's so special about that? But I listened more closely. Because Matthew was one of the rare few who managed to keep his account stable for 3 straight years. No 5-fold gains. No 6 account wipeouts. Just consistent, careful progress. He started with $700. From the beginning, he never aimed to make $1,000 per month. Not even $500. He asked himself, with $700 and a 1% risk per trade, what's my maximum loss? The answer, $7. If he risked $7, he aimed for a $14 gain. 2 good trades per week would earn him about $20-30 weekly. Over a month, that's roughly $60-90. It's small, but steady. After 11 months, his account had grown from $700 to $950. Not rich. But alive. In a world where everyone's trying to get rich fast, maybe the ones who move slowly are the only ones who go far. Now let's look at the opposite side. Victor messaged me one day. He told me he studied hard, watching videos, buying courses, reading documents every night. When he felt ready, he funded his account with $1,000. My goal is to make $1,000 per month so I can quit my job, he said. I asked him, why that number? He replied, because I believe I can double my account with good trades. I asked, do you realize that means making $50 every trading day? Victor went silent. I continued, if you're risking $10 per trade, you'll need 5 wins per day. Do you really believe you can win 5 trades daily for an entire month? Still no answer. A few weeks later, he messaged again. He was down to $250. Have you ever done that? Set a big target without calculating the actual risk it would take to get there. Have you ever stopped to ask? How many trades do I need to win? What's my win rate? How many losses can I endure before breaking down? Or did you just pick a number that felt right? Take a pause. Ask yourself. How much capital do I have now? What return am I hoping for each month? 10%, 20%, 50%. If I break that down into weekly or daily goals, is it still realistic? If you lose a few trades in a row, will you still have enough capital and confidence to keep going? Trading isn't like a 9-to-5 job where you set KPIs and grind it out. It's a world of probabilities, randomness, uncertainty. Winning today doesn't guarantee winning tomorrow. So if you're forcing yourself to make $10, $20, or $50 daily, are you trading based on probabilities or gambling with emotion? Let's go back to Matthew and Victor. Matthew chose slow, steady growth. Victor rushed in with dreams and pressure. If it were up to you, who would you rather be? Would you rather double your account this month and lose it all the next? Or earn small, steady profits that can sustain you for years? Trading doesn't require superpowers. It demands honesty, especially with your expectations. So what's a reasonable monthly return? There's no one-size-fits-all answer. But here's a simple perspective. Professional hedge funds, run by analysts, mathematicians, and risk managers, are happy with 10 to 15% annually. That's right. Annually. So if you're aiming for 10% per month, that's 120% per year. Now ask yourself, are you setting expectations that even world-class funds wouldn't dare? Another story comes to mind, Anna. She started with $900. Took it seriously. Journaled every trade. Tracked her stats. Maintained strict discipline. She said, if I could make $200 per month, I'd be happy. Sounds modest, right? But it was still too much. She traded the 5-minute chart, risking $10 per trade, averaging 10 to 12 trades per week. After 4 weeks, she made $130. She was disappointed. Why? I asked. Because I set a goal of $200 and didn't hit it. I responded, what matters more, hitting a goal or not losing money? She had no answer. Next month, she doubled her position size to make up for it. She lost $500. The lesson? Sometimes it's not the market that breaks us, but our own expectations. Have you ever broken your rhythm just to push for higher gains? Risked too much to make up for a slow month? Abandoned a working strategy because it was too slow? Maybe it's time to see trading differently. It's not a place to prove how smart you are. It's a place where the longer you survive, the greater your chance of success. Imagine you have $800. You risk 1% per trade equals $8. Your reward is 2:1 equals $16 per win. 5 wins a month equals $80 equals 10% return. Sounds small? Okay, have you ever achieved that consistently for 3 months? If not, why do you think you'll make $200, $300 monthly now? Dreaming big isn't wrong. But trading isn't for dreamers without plans. It needs logic. Numbers. Humility. You can go from $800 to $1,000. Then to $1,200. Not by forcing yourself to earn $50 a day. But by protecting capital, staying consistent, and compounding slowly. You might ask, when will it be enough to live on? My answer, when you can consistently keep your profits. Then you can scale to $5,000, $10,000. Even a 1% weekly return at that level provides a comfortable life. But to reach that, you must survive the early phase. And that's where most traders fail, due to unrealistic expectations. So pause. Ask yourself. Are my expectations driven by emotions or real numbers? Can I survive 6 more months without big wins? Can I stay disciplined even if I only make $60 this month? If your answer is yes, then you're on the right track. Adjust your expectations. Redesign your plan. Stick to it. I remember one cloudy afternoon. Tom, the mentor I mentioned earlier, called me. His voice was tired. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this, he said. Maybe I should quit. I wasn't surprised. I knew the pressure he put on himself. But I didn't rush to comfort him. I simply asked. Have you ever stopped to ask, are your expectations based on emotion, or reality? Remember, in the world of trading, it's not the one who makes the most money who survives, it's the one who sets realistic expectations. There's nothing wrong with dreaming big. But a dream without a grounded plan will always remain just a fantasy. And sometimes, what takes you far isn't boldness, it's humility, perseverance, and discipline. So, who do you want to be? Matthew, the one who moves slowly but survives? Or Victor, the one with big dreams but collapses before reaching the finish line? The answer lies in your hands, and it begins with adjusting your expectations. If something I said today made you pause and see yourself in a new light, if even one moment made you stop and think differently, then this video series has fulfilled its purpose. I hope you'll continue this journey with me in the upcoming videos, where we'll dive deeper into trading psychology, how to design a sustainable financial path, and most importantly, how to live a trader's life without the constant chase or anxiety, but with calm, even in the midst of chaos. Thank you, truly, for choosing to pause and look within. And if you found this message helpful, please consider sharing this video. Someone out there might need to hear it more than you know.